There once was a very rich duke who took pride in his estate and excellent care of his people. Indeed, no one could be found with a kinder heart or greater willingness to improve the lot of others. Whether it was a new barn, money for a cow, or sickness in a family, the duke could be counted on for assistance. As the years went by, however, it became apparent that so much help had not strengthened the people. More and more they depended on the duke, rather than solving their problems themselves. Nor would they help a neighbor in distress. They simply referred the matter to the duke, or worse yet, blamed him for anything that went amiss anywhere in the country. These things troubled the duke. He began to wonder whether there was anyone in the whole countryside who would make an effort to help himself, let alone another. He also wondered if anyone used independent thinking. Very early one morning, he spoke to his page and explained the problem. They came up with a great plan to move a large stone to the middle of the road and then see who would be responsible enough to move it out of the way.
Paige, people in the village don't want to be responsible, and they're blaming me for everything.
Yeah, I've noticed that recently. I have an idea. We should move the stone in the middle of the road, and whoever moves it. That's
Great idea, and we should put this bag of gold underneath it.
They headed for the main road and found a large stone. Together they pushed and tugged and worked at it. Finally, with all their strength, they succeeded in moving the great rock into the middle of the highway. Next, the duke pulled a small bag from his pocket and carefully tucked it out of sight under the stone. Then he asked the page to come with him to a spot behind some bushes, where they had a good view of the road without being seen.
Here's the stone. Let's go move it. Let's go hide in the bushes.
Yeah, let's see who moves the stone.
Not long after, 2 soldiers came along, marching their way to town.
What's the stone doing here?
This is terrible. How can the duke let this happen?
It never occurred to the soldiers to move the rock, and the duke was disappointed. Next came 2 fancy ladies wearing their nice clothes on their way to town. They didn't want to get anywhere near the big, ugly stone. They complained about how dirty and germy the stone was and wondered why the duke allowed the stone to stay there.
It's a bill for the let's go to town. Yes, let's show our justice. Ew! How can the duke let this happen? Yeah, I know. It had germs. The rock had germs. Ew! That's not touch it.
After a while, 2 children came running down the road to buy candy at the store. However, they didn't think to move the stone. They only complained that the duke should take better care of the highway, and then raced around the large stone on their way to town.
Let's buy candy. Oh, what is this stone doing here? The duke should move it.
Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, the duke should move it. Tag it in. Let's buy candy. Let's buy.
All day long, one after another passed down the road, but none offered to move the stone. They only blamed the duke for the problem. The duke became very disappointed.
Mary Duke.
Is no one gonna move the stone?
Wait, there's someone coming. Let's see if they move the stones.
2 children approached, carrying big sacks of flour, talking about how they would sell the flour to get money for medicine for their sick mother. They were cheerful and didn't complain about the stone, but decided to solve the problem.
What's this?
What's this stone doing here?
I don't know. You should move it.
Yeah.
Just in case someone's in a wagon coming by, not seeing the stone, they can go flying. Let's move it.
What's this?
It's a bag of gold.
After they moved the stone and found the bag of gold, the Duke and the page came out to meet them. The Duke was overjoyed and the page was greatly relieved.
Congratulations, you're responsible. You moved the stone. Now you're gonna keep this bag of gold.
We can get medicine for our sick mother.
Congratulations, both of you. Let's the townspeople know.
Yay!
And so the Duke and page felt satisfied that at least some people in the land were responsible and helpful. When the townspeople heard the news of this story, they were impressed by the kindness of the 2 hard-working kids. The whole town began to change as people decided to find ways to think for themselves and be responsible and help others.